Right, following our meeting then, our general meeting of March 2018, I'm going to go a floor by floor walkthrough of the building with the camera and then basically pick up whatever we find, and this is then to be decided for the job list of what we have to do for this year. So we're starting off here on floor number 7. Starting off in the corridor outside number 72. Basically, I think we're going to see the same thing in all of the corridors right the way down through. The paintwork is at least 7 years old now, and I don't know how well we're going to pick that up on the camera. You can see some small cracking underneath the bedroom window of 71. It's a minor issue, but I think it could be part of repainting the staircase. I quickly swing to the outside balcony, a little bit of paintwork to do on the balcony on the outside. A little bit of touch-up work to do on the other side, but certainly nothing major. But anyway, the concentration at the moment is on the corridors. So if I keep coming through the main corridor, again this is floor number 7. Now I know we've got to do our yearly test on the fire extinguishers and fire hoses. That's something that we do on a yearly basis. The electrical cupboard at the moment here, that is being undertaken at the moment. That will be checked very shortly by the electric company. So don't have to worry about that one for the minute, because the Banglamong Electric Company will take care of that one. So walking through on floor number 7, all of the panels are in good condition. The ceiling's in good condition. I know that the rollers are all working, because we recently, well actually almost daily at the moment, we're using those as our fire protection. Small amount of tape. Coming up to the staircase and looking down. I think generally floor number 7, apart from some touch-ups on the walls, the corridor of floor number 7 is actually looking very good. Coming up to the lift front. Okay, I'll move down to floor number 6. On floor number 6, again, I know that the rain rollers are all working at the moment. Let's have a look at the state of the paintwork as we look down the corridor. Right, now if I remember, this happened a while ago. The decorative panel on floor number 6 is missing outside room numbers 61 and 64. So we need to have a look if we're going to replace those. Here are the panels that I'm talking about. Now basically, there is a missing panel on the TV connection outside room number 65. Having a look round. The paintwork is in pretty good condition, I would say. So if I call this zone A, which is the street side, then I would say the only items to be looking at here are the decorative wall panels that cover where the water meters are. There are 2 completely missing, and I would say all of them are water damaged. So we have to decide what to do with that. Okay, walking round to what I will call now zone B, which are all of the units that face the swimming pool. Let's have a look at the corridor there. Most of the walls are looking good. I would say some possible paint touch-ups, but at the moment you're definitely looking at touch-ups and not complete repainting. Now something I notice here it's daytime, but the lights are on. That's not supposed to happen. So we need to be having a look at the light settings, and each one of these sensors has got a setting on it for whether it should be coming on daytime or nighttime. So this is floor 6 sensor in zone B. These need to be looked at for the settings. Exit lights are working. No damage to the decorative panels. Again, we have to do our yearly fire check. Decorative panels by the staircase. Well, they're not looking too bad at all, to be honest with you. Not at this moment. Coming around to the staircase. Although these particular panels on floor number 6 are faded. They're faded from the sun. I'll have to decide if that's an important item or not. So I would say basically the corridor of floor number 6 is looking very good. Just a few paint touch-ups, definitely not repainting, but we will have to consider those decorative panels. Okay, I'll go down to floor number 5. Okay, floor number 5 corridor. Again, I know that the rain rollers are working. Spin the camera around to the actual corridor. There we are. Now we have some brain damage again on those decorative panels. Most of the paintwork is actually looking very good. Surprisingly good actually, considering that this is 7 years old. Just 1 or 2 scratch marks, I would have said. Okay. Right. Spinning around there, they have the signs. We have to check. And once again, the sensors are coming on daytime. Definitely going to have to get those settings looked at. Decorative panels, ceilings. Let's walk around to what we're calling zone B. Up the corridor here. Right, I would basically say the 5th floor mostly is in very good condition. It might need some small amounts of touch-up work on the walls, but definitely no major issues. No water damage, no problems with the ceilings. Again, we have a fading issue of the wall panels. Have to decide if that's important or not. And looking down the staircase to number 4. Again, the paintwork's actually looking in very good condition. Right, let's run off down to number 4. Floor number 4. We're looking mostly at the condition of the paintwork. Right, less water damage on this floor, on those decorative panels. Again, walking all the way along the corridor, I can see that the exit lights are working. Very small amount of damage on the paintwork, which basically means touch up and not repainting. Swing around the back to zone B. Have a look at the corridor on zone B. Yeah, most of the paintwork is looking pretty good. Once again, the lights have come on with the automatic sensor, so we need to be looking at the settings of that. Again, check our yearly check for the fire extinguisher and the hose, and again the electrical shaft will be checked very shortly by Bunglamong. Walked to the end of the corridor here, checking those panels. They're looking good. No problems to worry about there. Alright, same position as all the other floors. These panels are faded. So, looking down the staircase now to floor number 3. Alright, same starting position as before. 3rd floor now, in zone A. Again, I would say a small amount of water damage on the panels. How you doing? One of the panels is down on the 3rd floor, but that could have actually just been blown down by the wind. So keep on going along the rest of the 3rd floor. Lift frontage, etc. Lights are working. Emergency exit lights are working. Let's go along the back now to, again, what we call zone B. Walls are looking very good actually. So far these corridors, considering they're 7 years old, are looking incredibly good. Just no signs of crackings on the walls anywhere since that one window on the 7th floor. Taking a look at the wall panels, they're looking pretty good. I would imagine by the time we get to the end we've got the same colour fading in that same section. Obviously it's the way the sun is rising and setting every day. And looking down to floor 2. Alright, same starting point as before on the 2nd floor. The roller is working. We're having a look at the paintwork. Exactly the same as the other floors. We had water damage. We have one missing panel. The paintwork itself is looking very good. Lights are also on again. So it's another area to be checked. Okay, emergency lightings are all working. The front of the lift. Let's go around the back to zone B. Walk along the corridor here. 2nd floor going up to Andy's. Right, outside 210. we have one crack. One crack to be filled. Quite interesting is every floor so far I haven't seen any birds' nests, not one as yet. Again, the lights are coming on during the daytime. Look towards the staircase. We know we have to check those. Panels on the left side, not too bad at all. A little bit of fading, which is that same issue on every single floor so far. Looking down the staircase to the first floor. Right, same starting point as before, now on the first floor. Again, small amount of touch-up work to be done on the walls. Panels again need to be looking at. Emergency lights are working. Running around the back. So this is the back of Zone B. Let's take a look at the walls. Again, the lights have just come on. So this seems to be a problem on almost every floor. Walls not looking too bad at all. Spinning around. Again, I can't see any problems of birds' nests. Whether it's just meaning time of year or something and they're just not trying to nest at the moment, I'm not sure. But I haven't yet seen a nest. Last of our journeys. Check the panels. Ceiling on this one needs a few touch-ups. Exactly the same fading problem on those panels. And now looking down the stairs to the ground floor, see what we can find down there. Ground floor. Now obviously this is the most used area for the whole building. The walk-in entryway, and I know there's been some issues on that one being loud. Opening and closing at all times of the night and keeping the tenants up in the bottom two apartments. But looking along the corridors, I would say a small amount of touch-up work to be done on the walls. Again, we have to be looking at the panels. But having said that, remember these are fabric panels and they're 7 years old. So it's not really a surprise that they need a little bit of love and care. Right, emergency lights are working. Let's go to the back area, Zone B. Spin it around. Let's check out the paintwork. I honestly have to say that considering that this is an outside area, it's 7 years old, it's really not looking bad at all. No sign of any bird's nests, but we do have that same issue of the lights being on. Get that light setting right and it's going to save quite a bit of electricity. Just a quick look at the staircase, because that was all painted last year. Spin the camera right the way up. No real obvious problems with any of that. Let's walk down to the reception area. There's a panel there that's just, well, it's dropped on the Velcro. So apart from resetting it on the Velcro, that's not really an issue. So walking down towards the reception now. Panels are looking good. I think this is the area where we need to be thinking about putting up the post pigeon box. Looking down the staircase towards the car park. Now this is the canopy right outside the front of reception. I'm not sure how clear I'm going to get that on the camera, but the steel framework is starting to show rust. I'm assuming that this steel work has been painted with just primer and not necessarily steel primer. So repainting that needs to go on the job list. That's the canopy right in front of reception. Okay, I'm down in the parking area now, and this is quite an old problem that we obviously still have. This is directly below G20, I believe. G19, I've just been corrected there. And looking inside the shaft, I know exactly what the problem is. You can see a shadow line on the blocks, which will be the back of the shower for G19. So basically the inside of the shower has got to be regrounded and siliconed to seal that wall, and that will stop the problem of the water coming down. So in other words, we're directly below the bathroom of G19. Now this is the guttering right at the very bottom of the building. So that guttering runs the full height to the roof, brings the rainwater right the way down to the car park guttering system. Now Steve pointed out at the last meeting that it's leaking. So actually having a look at where it's coming in through the ceiling, where the possible leak is, it's going to be the balcony area of G20. Okay, so let's basically get that one on the job list. Okay, we're into the motorbike area now, and lots of people have been saying that we need extra space for motorbikes, especially now we have a lot of renting rooms. So here's my suggestion at the moment. Motorbikes go up and park on these steps. So if I clear all of the furniture all the way down that area, and we replace all of the furniture down the bottom into this area, because this is a non-used area that would be at the back of the cars, then that releases a complete new section for motorbikes.